Interviews can cause a lot of contention or disagreements. And there are often times when persons decide on taking a step to making a difference for themselves and even for others who may not be able to speak on behalf of themselves. Football is the game that a lot of us love, and whenever things happens, there'll be players who will come out and speak justice. But is it a case so which what players do mention goes or ties well with situations? For example, when Cristiano Ronaldo came out to speak about Manchester United and the issue that he had with Eric Ten Hag, was the timing right? And what could persons say about the interview? Was it the case that Ronaldo was speaking about his condition at United because he didn't have a good relationship with Ten Hag? Or it was something different? Today, here on Premier 7, I have to make it my priority to come on board to speak about Jamaica men's national team and an interview that was being done by Leon Bailey. And I have to say something about it. And you see, when me decide for put on the dark shades like Ray Charles, and then draw for this cap, it will not be an easy day for some people. And today, on the 21st of March 2024, Premier 7 have to take a say on this. But before that, we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Dark shades would be like Ray Charles. But I decide to put on both the shades and the soldier cap. You can conclude to say, I am Renita Adams. But let's put the fun and joke aside with that amazing introduction and get into details about what is taking place with our own player, Leon Bailey. The interview was being done on the 20th of March 2024, yesterday. And today I want to get myself on board to speak on the matter. And the topic is Leon Bailey interview reviewed, the brutal and honest analysis. The brutal and honest analysis. Of course, I know other persons have spoken about the situation with Bailey, and I am here to share my own story. And from you see the logo, you know that Premier 7 is here. to do what makes sense. And by way of that, if you're new to the platform, please go ahead and like, comment, share the video with a friend, and that friend will extend the sharing to others. Because this topic isn't as sensitive as the past video I did on Mason Greenwood. This topic is one that we should pay keen attention to and see how it will impact Jamaica football team and even Leon Bailey himself personally. But there are different angles to take on the matter. So today I just want to go in details relating to the article from the interview, how the interview will have an impact on the national team. Not for today, because today they will be playing against the United States, but beyond that. And speak on how the interview will impact Leon Bailey's career as well, playing for Aston Villa. And maybe clubs of such sort, like Manchester United, may be looking for a signature one of these days. But before I go into the details on the matter, I have something to play for you guys to see.
Coming to the national team, it takes a lot. It's not just no, none of them know the half of what me got through. I always make sure someone turn up for the national team, and that's why sometimes them things hurt me. And for my own people, me I try to do this for. You understand what I say? Because really and truly, brother, the amount of things I'm got through, to always make sure someone turn up for their national team.
Everyone has feelings, and when I watched the interview that was done yesterday by Leon Bailey, I had to really and truly pay attention to what was being said. Because, then again, for me personally, that is the best interview I have seen from the Jamaican. That shows that he's getting more comfortable in terms of having conversations, let's say interviews, of course, about his team and himself, and to come out and speak on the matter that is bothering him for years. It is something for which I would applaud. But what about the timing? Is it the right time for which he has done the interview? Then again, you will never know at times now if it is the right time you did something or the wrong time. But many persons are happy that he came out to speak on what was bothering him. And he said that basically a lot of persons do not understand how hard it is to take up himself to play for Jamaica and to make it his main priority to always be in here. And it is just the truth. Most times, since even before Al Grimson came in as the coach, Leon Bailey is always available. And if not always available, it has to be a reason why he's absent. You know, I have to applaud him again, because if he did not speak on the matter, then myself and others would have other things to say about him. And am I saying that we will be having talks that are bad talks about him? Well, I can speak for myself. I don't decide to speak publicly on players in a way that will degrade their status or degrade them as a person. Because at the end of the day, respect and due is what really matters. It doesn't matter what your status is or your levels in life. Respect is what you should live by. And I want to now speak directly to the interview by way of the article, an article breakdown, right? And I hope you are seeing the screen, okay? What is this? Get away. All right, so I am seeing the screen, so I'm hoping that you guys are seeing the screen. So this was written yesterday, right on spot, right on time, and it mentioned that Leon Bailey takes break from Jamaica national team, talks Aston Villa success, and challenges playing for Reggae Boys. In a nutshell, I think you will understand the essence of the title. Taking a break doesn't mean it is the end game for his career. It doesn't mean that he's hanging up his boots. It means that more so, he wants to drink some water and come back. Drink some water and come back. That is what a break can allude to. So, his success at Aston Villa has been observed, and that is something in the Jamaican would say is playing better for Aston Villa and not for the national team. But Leon Bailey have his own say. 4-3-3 presser. Big up yourself. Thank you for coming on board again and seeing what is taking place about the interview that was being done by Leon Bailey. And of course, I gave you a subscription for your YouTube page because we have to support each other. And once we're doing the right thing, I don't think anything else can upset or should upset our progress. So you can check out 433 Pressa as well. He's a supporter of Premier 7 and also he's a YouTuber for himself. And you can support him and give him a follow. Okay, so, and then again, Leon Bailey speak out on the challenges playing for Reggae Boys. That is the main reason why persons would even watch the interview, because it is Jamaican based. All right, so unpacking Leon Bailey, Candid Revelation, Leon Bailey 26, announced on March 20th via interview that he will be taking a break from the Jamaica national team amidst the backdrop of his suspension for a crucial match against the United States. Bailey opened up about his decision to take a break from international football, his experiences with the Jamaican team versus Aston Villa, and underlying issues within Jamaica football administration. There are several things that need to be unraveled, right? Several things that need to be unraveled. And remember now, if you watch the interview, then you will have a different say on the matter. I am not here to take any side, but I'm here to speak the truth. And if Leon Bailey is correct, why not say thumbs up Leon Bailey? I spoke about Bailey several times on this platform. So if it was just the first time speaking about the player here on the channel, then I will just be here just to say, oh, I want a piece of the cake. I have to be on top of the game, bringing across the details about the players and the team. And others know more than me, so I'm just sharing my opinion, looking for you to have your say as well. So, Leon Bailey is human being, of course, and for too long in the interview mentioned that when he was, well, then again, he's Jamaica's best talent right now in football. But when he was coming through the system as a youngster, let's say age 12, he was a blistering talent. If you even look on CVM TV with that small tape, you saw that Leon Bailey was quite young when he wanted to become a professional footballer, and he did. Congrats to him. Not all persons can ever reach on Leon Bailey's level. And thanks to the support of Craig Butler and others, they made it for Leon Bailey to become the world star. And he had to put in his hard work and, become that person who he wanted to be, but the support system was there. But anyway, moving forward again. Back to what I was saying about him being that talent that was seen. Leon Bailey mentioned in the interview that he only played for Jamaica one time. Before now, he's getting more game time now, but before he represented Jamaica one time. For a talent of his sort, he should have a breakthrough into the senior team because Jamaica wasn't always the best of the best team, unless you're going to speak about 1998 when I was, very young. Never have any sense about football until I grew up. But when Bailey was seen and admired, I think there should have been a way that he would have been brought into the system. That, hey, this is a good talent, as the Football Administration of Jamaica or the JFF, Leon Bailey should have been selected. And that is how you groom the youths. You give them opportunities, you give them that chance to make a difference and to learn as early as possible, because when you bend the tree or the root from its young, then absolutely you know that when it gets older or bigger, it will blossom and bring usefulness in terms of fruit production. So if Leon Bailey was given that opportunity from earlier on, then you never know. Maybe he would have been better than how he is now. You never know, but I'm just speaking about the truth because we swear and say that truth is the truth. Nothing but the truth here. It's not a court system, but we have to speak the truth, right? So that was something for which I had to bring across, because if you have such a blistering talent, you have to give him the opportunity. Let him learn, and those around him, like the senior ones, do not bring him down, but bring him in the system and show him the right from the wrong. Kobe Mainoo is given a chance by Gareth Southgate to play for England in the Euros, and man like Jordan Henderson is pushed aside. And that is what I'm talking about, giving the youth a chance. Look at Cole Palmer, age 21. You can say the best player right now for Chelsea. Right. Look at Dixon, who Jamaica gave a chance against, I think, Trinidad in the friendly. He scored. So things are better now, right? And that is what I'm saying. Give the youths a chance when there's a need to, right? So more so in the interview, Leon Bailey, he just had to speak on the matter because, I mean, if he did not do the interview, then as I've said earlier on, there'll have been different talks about him. So Bailey comparing basically his experience with Jamaica and Aston Villa, a stark contrast in environment, teamwork, and overall quality. Two different ball game, he say. I used to play on, well, he basically saying that I am used to playing on high quality pitches, according to the winger, while Aston Villa provides a conducive settings for his skills to flourish. Playing local stifles his capabilities. All right, if you play skimmage football, or let's say you play for Jamaica at the schoolboy level and at the highest level without getting the exposure like a Bailey, or players who play international football for top clubs, then clubs football. Let's not go to the professional side of saying international, but let's say club. We're talking about the facilities. Leon Bailey mentioned that the environment is different, teamwork and quality. What I picked from the interview was the fact that he mentioned that he mentioned that he's not the player who would play well in a nutshell on bad surfaces, because playing on bad surfaces would hinder his capabilities. He's a player who will collect the ball, run at players, make passes, find tight spaces, or find himself in different positions to get a chance to pass the ball to score. Right? But he's not that person who is thick. He's saying that persons who are strong would survive more so on those surfaces. And is that true? You have a point. you have a point. But I have to critique the fact that you're saying that because of the surface, you're the player who will be playing better on. Yes, you will, but then again, adjustments has to be made to your game. So when the surface is bad and the ball is bouncing up, it makes you uncomfortable. But then again, you have to adjust yourself to the game, then make more passes, and do not keep the ball to your foot for too long. Because I play cricket, or I used to play cricket, and many times I play on surfaces that aren't good. The outfield is bad, and the pitch condition could have been better if I was playing at Sabina Park at States, or even at Manchester High. Then the comparison between the surfaces in areas would not be the same. But I had to adjust my game and play to the best that I can. And I know that Bailey was trying, but it is a different thing here in regards to his status compared to mine. Because he also talk about the frustration and the pressure that he had to undergo, because he's the biggest name in Jamaica right now, and to be that person who has to be mentally prepared game in, game out as the big star, the superstar. And we all know that Jamaicans are hard to be pleased. I am a Jamaican, and when I'm watching the games and I'm seeing foolishness, I absolutely go on bad. Me cuss. But I cuss not on here, but behind the scenes, because I mentioned that I will not disrespect a player on here. And while we watch the game and understand the game, analyzing the game, we get to understand that put the feelings aside at times, or try your best to put aside the feelings and come on board and speak on matters that are necessary, or just present yourself in the best way that you can at all times, because people are watching you, right? And then again, Leon Bailey also mentioned that it is difficult in terms of team selection or teamwork, because it is different. It is different to play for Jamaica for himself than when he's playing at Aston Villa. It is only Leon Bailey. He's not the only player that can play well for Jamaica, but you have the Reeds, you have the Boza, you have the Andre Blake, you have the Latibodir, and you have others like Gray. And I'm hoping that this doesn't break Jamaica now, whereas we would like to see, like, possibly a Ramsey, a Greenwood, a Gibbs White, a Henry, and others who we would like to bring across in the squad to make us better. But I don't want to look at it from a point to say Leon Bailey should not do the interview, because if we're going to blame Leon Bailey for doing an interview to defend his own rights, then maybe we're being biased. And being exposed to the wider world of football, he saw where Cristiano Ronaldo came out and do an interview, and other players like Rashford spoke about matters that are bothering them, and it is just what it is. But I always say that, why is it that players are doing interview when things are getting bad? Like Ronaldo, Rashford, Bailey to some extent, but then again, the timing of the interview is what we all should look on, right? And the teamwork will make the dream work, of course, and we cannot blame Leon Bailey for taking a break, right? So, Mr. United, let's hear what you have to say here. Leon Bailey, a clean clothes, madman. Well, I'm not sure what you're saying here. If you're coming here to say I'm a madman, then I think you don't understand what it means to be mad, right? And you're saying you're Mr. United. I don't know what you're saying. So if you're going to say something here on my platform, you have to come with more clarity. Clarity makes a lot of difference, and on this platform, you have to make sense with what you're saying. So if I don't understand your point, I will not stick to that matter. But we're speaking about Leon Bailey, as you would have known, and Leon Bailey is right to have a say. right? And then again, Mr. United, if you are representing Manchester United and you're going to speak like this on this platform, then again, you're making it bad for your reputation to be utilizing words such as madman on this platform, which I don't accept. So get yourself put together, reconstruct your statement, and come back. All right. So yes, some persons are really distracting, but the show has to go along, right? So of course, I was saying that the timing of the interview by Leon Bailey is what persons would at least look on to say, is it the right timing? We never know. But I'm saying that do not use the interview to say, oh, Bailey mashed up Jamaica football in a nutshell. It is not his fault. Right? So I want to go a bit more in the paper. I want to speak about the what would I say now? The economic side of things, right? And then I will speak directly on how the interview will have an impact on the national team and on Leon Bailey's club career. So the economic point is very important to point out. So in the interview, Bailey revealed right here, right? Revealed that he's self-funding his national representation and gave details and costly instances as he seeks to shed light on the economic challenges faced by players, highlighting the need for structural reforms within Jamaica football administration. I won't go any further in the article. But look at this. It is so bad. It is so bad that players have to be financing themselves to come to games. Right? It is bad. It is bad for Leon Bailey to even say this, that to get a comfortable flight, he has to be making his own arrangements to have a safe drive, well, a safe flight to represent Jamaica. And he has to be taking it out of his pocket. That is a financial constraint for him, or a financial burden. If he wasn't that wealthy, or let's say rich, then when he's missing the games, then we will be saying, why Leon Bailey is not turning up for Jamaica? Well, he have his say. He have his say. Players aren't paid as well. And is it only the Jamaica men's national team that is going through this matter? The females as well. And the politics in the system has to be reformed. I don't want to go in depth with the politics because politics can cause a lot of controversies, and I am not for that. But I'm just sharing the fact that players should be treated fairly or better, because to represent Jamaica at the highest level, it is not the local level, it is the highest level. And things like such then will push away players from coming to play for Jamaica because they don't have that welcoming environment, that welcoming system or structure with persons who are, I won't say responsible, but are more concerned for the soft side of the place. And the thing is that all persons who are in Jamaica administration or federation would be someone that you have to look behind your back when you're speaking about them, right? So I want for things to be better, and I want for players to be benefiting from the program, and I want for everyone or most people from Jamaica to say, boy, things are better for Jamaica. All right, so Football Guru saying, Premier 7, are you a Jamaican? Mr. United says something every Jamaican should understand. I am a Jamaican. That is the reason why I said to him that he have to rephrase his statement, right? Because if I don't understand and I then say something that doesn't make sense, it would look bad on me to be presenting on a matter that I don't understand. So if the sentence was written better, then I would at least say, okay. But if I said something to offend Mr. United, of course, I take my correction and I have to say I apologize, right? Because I am not the person who will not take criticism, right? So if I said something bad to Mr. United, of course, I apologize. All right. So thank you, Mr. Football Guru. So you mentioned here that Leon can't say anything. Players' seat are bought by the JFF. If they want a higher class of travel, they have to pay for it. All right. So everyone have a different point or a different say on the matter. And nothing that person say, like Mr. Football Guru, is a bad comment. Let's look at it. Let's face it, people. It is not a bad comment. It is just him sharing his opinion. And if he knows more than myself, then I learn from him and he learned from me. And that is how we grow. Right? But remember, Mr. Football Guru, Leon Bailey mentioned that he has to be paying out of his own pocket. And I don't want for persons to look at it from an angle for which we may be saying that Leon Bailey is bossy or is showing up, because there are things that he said that if he never mentioned, then we will never understand how he stay. Remember now, Mr. Football Guru, Leon Bailey said that he asked for two things: a comfortable flight and a room for himself. That is two simple things. Remember, he's a professional footballer and he's the best player now in Jamaica system, or he's a player right now who is waving Jamaica flag the highest. Let's put it like that. He's not the best player right now, playing in CONCACAF, but he's a player who is making Jamaica banner wave high, right? And we have to appreciate what he mentioned, but we will not agree with everything. And sometimes we have to agree to disagree, right? There was something I wanted to speak about, but if I remember, I will mention it. But it has to be relating to the costs and the expenses. It was a very important point, but I forget. But anyway, am I disappointed with Leon Bailey? Why should I be disappointed? He has to say what he has to say. And maybe if it was me, I may not say anything. But Leon Bailey has to say what he has to say, because everybody is different. Everybody is different. Okay? And we have to at least respect persons for sharing their own thoughts. Remember, Bailey mentioned that he's not the person who loves the media, He's not a media fan, Because the press, especially when you're playing in the English Premier League, the press can be very, what would I say now, hard to cope with. Because if you even watch Manchester United, like Mr. United, I watch Manchester United a lot. A lot. And to be playing for that club is very pressuring. It is very pressuring. And when things are bad at the top, if we don't want to talk about JFF, Manchester United for a while, when things is bad at the top, coming down, everything is bad. So when you're even a good player, you will suffer. And when you're a bad player, if they like, you will benefit, because then again, there are players that should be sold that are still there. So we can compare a Manchester United situation to Jamaica. And when somebody gets tired, then I believe they should take a stand. They should take a stand. Yes, I remember what Bailey was saying now. When he mentioned the fixtures, or let's say the game that he's supposed to play, he received the details late. And that has to be better off. Me not go come on this platform. You're the Jamaican now when me Mr. Football Guru. Me not go come on the platform, come say things that are disrespectful to anybody in the administration. I don't know them. And even if I know them, I don't think I should be disrespectful. But it has to be better in terms of sending across details that, players should receive to come to games. But some things I believe should not be said by players either. Some things we have to do not mention, because it ruins even our reputation and we don't even know. So Bailey saying his own thing. Yes, he can say it now, because we would say, all right, he has his money and Jamaica is not paying him and this and that. It is somewhat harsh, but I think he's looking at it. He mentioned these things because he's frustrated for playing for the club for so many, well, not the club, the country for so many years, and he's not receiving the benefits that he should, or is dying in silence. Do you want to see Leon Bailey hang up his football shoes and, get frustrated and say, oh, do you want to see him stop playing football then? Or you prefer him to come out and speak on the matter that is bothering him, and let's call it a day? Remember, if we want to speak about players talking out, look at Ben White from Arsenal, who take a stand against playing for England. Does anybody bomb rush Ben White? Then again, Ben White may have a different say on the matter as to why he's not playing for England. But it still ties back with the fact that players decide not to play for their country in competitions like the Euros. Euros is bigger than CONCACAF, but it is still a competition that the country would need. But is it the case for which players are receiving the financial benefits that they should be receiving? What if Bailey wasn't playing for Aston Villa? Where would the money come from if he played for CONCACAF? Or playing the CONCACAF Nations League and win the competitions for Jamaica? Would he be surviving financially? And that is something for which we have to understand. More sponsorship would be needed then, right? And more or a better structure that will be attractive in recruiting players. So when we get Bailey saying this now, I don't want for persons to be saying that he's the reason why Jamaica is not getting top talents now, why Jamaica is not getting a Mason Greenwood, a Ramsey and so forth. Because I know Hutchinson, people will start to say Bailey caused it. But please do not, because I don't think he's the main reason. If everything was better off, then maybe Bailey would not even think about doing an interview like this. And that concludes to say that the Jamaica system has to be better. It has to be better because we want the best for our players, right? So, Mr. Football Guru. So, that is what Bailey says now. But I would bet you that he did not meet with the JFF stating those demands. The interviewer asked him, "Did you tell the JFF of your dissatisfaction?" And he answered no. Mr. Football Guru, I applaud your comment. And as I've said before, I am here to learn from you, and you're here to learn from me, and we all learn from each other. But the thing is, remember you mentioned disrespect. And he said that, when I'm going to touch on the JFF point very soon, he mentioned that Coach Al Grimson and him always talk about the team. Anything, he rings his phone, and that shows the strong connection and the bond that he has with the coach. And the curve that was being broken, it is, well, Bailey mentioned that he was even told earlier on that he's not invited. And Bailey was dissatisfied with how he was told. Remember, Leon Bailey is not a boastful person. He mentioned that he's not the person with hype and this and that. So from he say that, we have to just listen to what he say and take it. We cannot be judgmental to say that he's just talking, he's bossy. What he say, we accept and we move on. All right, so he wasn't pleased with what Coach Al Grimson did, and he mentioned disrespect. Suppose he was receiving disrespect before in the JFS system, and if he even go about to share his matter on the point, then they will even shun him. So I say, Mr. Football Guru, look at this. For example, you're going to school and you have your teacher, and you say, Miss, I'm not like how you're teaching on, say, for example, this topic. Let's say algebra. And the teacher say, kiss all them teeth and shun you away. And you keep on going there and the teacher keep on shunning you away. You will want to take it up on yourself. Then again, it depends on your level, right? Because Bailey mentioned that not all persons can speak or will speak, but he can speak. So he come out to speak, right? Because of his leverage then, right? The higher you are in life, then I guess you can speak more about your own, right? And that should not be the case. So in that case, now with the teacher now, Mr. Football Guru, you may even go to a next teacher that you have as a confidant or have confidence in, or you go to the principal, right, to talk about your dissatisfaction about the matter, right? So I think that is what Leon Bailey did. He see that JFF may not be the rightful in the environment to speak about them about the matter because nothing will be done on it. All right. So that is the conclusive response I can give you. And I know it makes sense because I know I am saying something sensible here. All right. So I appreciate everyone who is coming here. And again, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and this helped my algorithm to be boost. And again, I apologize if I disrespect Mr. Manchester United or Mr. United, but I mentioned that if you rephrase your statement correctly or better, let's say better, I would give you a better response. I have to speak on what I understand. What I did not disrespect Mr. United in a way to say, boy, when I finish this settings, when I'm going on kind of say, boy, I'm disrespect Mr. United, man. No, I did not. In that way to say, boy, I can't believe I said that about the man. All right, so apologies again, and thanks for all the comments that are flowing in. All right, so I want to speak about the impact that Leon Bailey's interview will have on the national team. The national team will be in a spot now of confusion, but remember now we have English players. But how much? How much English player? Because remember, Leon Bailey mentioned that the English players would be about by themselves and the Yardies would be by themselves because of the communication understanding between the different sets. Like Kingston and Country, yes, something like that. So if we have more Jamaicans who are not strong-minded or heavily reliant on Leon Bailey to be the main man to bring the team on his back, then Jamaica will get a whipping tomorrow from USA. Not tomorrow, today at 6 p.m. against USA. In life, we have to understand that even though we have talisman or taliswoman in our team, yes, they're the best of the best, we have to at least rely on ourselves or find a way to make ourselves be outstanding. Yes, we will not be better than them, but at least have an impact. Because Leon Bailey hasn't been scoring goals for Jamaica like that. But let's look on it to say that, all right, boom. If Dixon play him, score. Boom. If Casey Palmer play him, score. Boom. Bobby Reed score. So all we need is for Jamaica to score. Or USA can score today. But all we need is for Jamaica to beat USA. Whether it is done in the pretty way or in the bad way, we just need a victory. We just need a victory. And as things go along, the system will get better. So the impact of Leon Bailey interview on the national team will only affect the team if the mentality of the players are weak. If the players are relying on Leon Bailey to spoon feed them, right? Because then again, if Leon Bailey is in a better Jamaica football team, and the team is performing all right now, better than many games or many years before, if the team is dependent on him, then he will be the main player that will be pressured and he will underperform as a big gun. And guess what? He will be the person who is thrown under the bus. I can talk about that because I used to play cricket at the high school level. Not for the states or so forth, but at the high school level. And I was well known in my community. If you're a big star, and you're the one who's underperforming, you will be the one who's be always scrutinized heavily. But then again, this is based on your personality, because I had no issue really with anyone when I'm even underperforming. So that's a different way to look on things. But the heavy scrutiny or examination will be placed on those persons who are set to be the best of the best. The news will be written about you more. The talks will be about you more. So you'll be the one under pressure. Worse if you're the captain. Let's say for a cricket team. And in football sense, if you're the star player, you'll be heavily scrutinized. What about Usain Bolt? If he wasn't running well for Jamaica in his prime and Gatlin and everybody run left him, don't them go disrespect him and cuss him out. All right, we come from Jamaica, so me understand. That's how you go. Right. So, not much to say on the national team, but I'm hoping that the players will turn out today. But not only Bale will be absent, and that is what will affect us. But remember, when I was watching, I think it's IMAX it, he interviewed or invited somebody who was an American on his program, and what happened was that the American mentioned that Jamaica have a good coach. America doesn't. But we would say Jamaica have not the best players, but USA does. So you're seeing the seesaw motion in regards to who is better in that department and who is better in that department. Right? So in that case, the national team may lose today against USA, and then again our records isn't good. I always mention this. It is not good. So if we were expecting for a Bailey alone to come and deliver for Jamaica, then again he'll be under pressure again. So he has to take a mental break. He has to take a mental break. But the part about curfew that everybody does, well, he mentioned not. He said everybody. Well, he said for himself specifically that he was not available. He went out and enjoyed himself. And if it was me, maybe I will do something different because we are different. Some persons like to party. Some persons like to go to a little reggae show. Right? All right. But I think he respects Jamaica. That is the reason why he always tries his best to represent the nation. But some of the interviews that he did in the past could have been better, but we see how he's growing, and we have to applaud his growth. All right. So the impact of such on his club career now for Aston Villa. You know, say he mentioned something in an interview that I had to say, my God, if me never watch the interview, want to know if it's right now about this point. Remember when he plays for Jamaica, then has to go back to Aston Villa. He's benched. Why? Because his coach wonders if he's in the best of shape. And he can be injured right away, and that will wreck his career. Remember, his transition in Aston Villa wasn't easy because he was under injuries before. And those things basically affected his potential to hit the ground running earlier on for Aston Villa. And now the coach wants for him to be in the best of best shape, and that is the reason why he was benched. Even persons thought that he had a bad relationship with Diaby because Leverkusen, Moussa Diaby come take Leverkusen, Leon Bailey position. And I was thinking of that as well, but Leon Bailey came out to say that it is nothing like that. He has a very good relationship with Mr. Diaby. And that is what I love in sports. You have to have that good relationship with your teammate, regardless of who is performing better than the other one. Put away the feelings. Once you put away feelings in life, we can't have the problem, like that. Like that. So, I think not only him wants to focus on his club career. Remember, Hutchinson did as well. And let's not say that, I'm a follow Hutchinson. The man, a man of his own words. He's taking a break, and we have to accept that. Because remember, 2022 World Cup, if Jamaica made it, maybe we couldn't even play the CONCACAF Nations League because we don't have the system, we don't have the structure to, or the medical team to take care of our players properly. We are lack of equipment, we're lack of the rightful environment, structure, and materials to take care of our players. Even financially, we're struggling. That's a huge constraint. So once Jamaica can be better off, then players would not be coming out to have any issues. I tell you, I used to play cricket, I played for Jamaica at the under 15 level. And it was a very good experience for me, but things could have been better in terms of, I won't even share what things could have been better. I wasn't mistreated, but if it was for me to take it out of my pocket at all times or from my parents' pocket, maybe I want to make a national team. So it shows that things should be better for players. Once you're bringing players into the system, I don't like the idea for which you are saying that, then parents must provide or the players have to provide. No. You should provide for the players because you are at that level. Players should be better off. So we're seeing the ranks of players going up because, sponsorship is what makes things better because schoolboy football is better off than Jamaica system. I can't even speak about cricket and Jamaica because it is somewhat on the same level. What even champs with what that is happening right now, it is better off than the system or the structure for the athletes who are representing Jamaica at the highest level. So everything is at the highest level. The highest level needs to be changed. And politically, I will not take up the matter on my hand because politics brings across many problems. And me can't bother with that, Me can't bother with that. But the impact on his club career, it will not have a negative impact on his career because he will be there to play more for Aston Villa and to, have it easier without having to say I'm going to travel back and forth to play for Jamaica and this and that. It is easier because Aston Villa has better system, better players, and let's not say better players, even though that is the truth, but the system that suits Bailey, right? That is what we have to look on. And there's a lot more to say, but I will not stay here for an hour to talk on the matter because other persons would have a different thing. But I'm not here to be disrespectful. I'm here just to share my point and just to review the interview done by Leon Bailey brutally and honestly by my own analysis or opinion. So, what do you think on the matter? What do you think on the matter? Is it the right move that Bailey made or is it the wrong move? Then again, share your thoughts in the comment section. But then again, Leon Bailey take his own take on the matter and he take his own stand. But if it was for the World Cup, maybe he would be available. I know him alone, other players. And a lot of persons do not even want to play the World Cup. Enough players withdraw themselves from World Cup because it's either them make it already or has been through enough pressure or just want to play club football because where the money lies as well, that is what persons would even go for. But I'm not saying Bailey is a mercenary. He works for his career and let's appreciate that he's making it now. So, before I go, it is for you to have your say on the matter, but just listen to this again.
Coming to the national team, it takes a lot. It's not just... No, none of them know the half of what me got through. I always make sure someone turn up for the national team. And that's why sometimes them things hurt me. And for my own people, me I try to do this for. You understand what I say? Because really and truly, brother, the amount of things I'm going to go through, to always make sure someone turn up for their national team.
So, is it a red light to say, Leon Bailey, move up yourself? Right? Is it a red light to say, Bailey, move up yourself? Or is it the green light to say that, Bailey, my God, man, that was when the green light comes on. You made it the right way to talk on the matter. I will remain with the green light because for me, I think he has to have a say because he's a human being. But you know what? Back to base, I have no one say. Take care, and I will speak with you again. But Jamaica, win the game, man, against USA, and then we will chat again. Bye-bye.